Hi, folks. Hello, fellow new Redhawks and families. Thanks for joining us. I see everyone's piling into our Zoom room. We're excited to have you with us today. So we'll just have a few minutes go by as everyone starts joining in. We're recording our session, so we'll share the link out with you after our event today for you to have. And we'll just get started in a couple minutes. Folks, we always love seeing you all go off in the chat and share where you're coming from or why you chose Seattle University. So feel free to start typing in the chat if you'd like to as well. And we'll get started in just a couple minutes, everyone. Hello, there we go. Here's our chat. Look, we've got just over 500 folks. I think from our RSVPs, we have a little bit more coming in. Yeah, feel free to throw in the chat too, folks, why you chose SU. Why did you choose Seattle University? All right, 540. The numbers keep rolling in. The nursing program, I saw a shout out there in the chat. Love Seattle. Y'all are typing so fast, I can't even read these fast enough to they keep going. All right, we've got about almost 560 folks. More nursing shout outs. Okay, nursing program, I see you. Looks like we've got some transfers from Seattle Central coming our way. Awesome, we're right about 570, so we'll just wait another minute or so because I think we have about 600 RSVPs today. We want to give everyone time to log on and join us. Yeah, our Senegal Innovation Center, that's our newest, most exciting building. That's definitely a big draw. You'll get a chance to experience that when you come visit in the summer too. Shout out to our kinesiology program in there, econ program, very exciting. I see a lot of CS majors in there also. Awesome. All right, well, give me a second to share my screen and then we will get things kicked off here. All right, folks. Well, it looks like we've got everyone here. We have just over, and the number's increasing, just about 620 folks joining us. And I know you're from all across the globe, so we'll do a fun activity about that soon. But I'll get us started. So welcome to Redhawk Roundup. We're excited to kick off the orientation season this year for our incoming group for 2024. But before we get officially started with some welcomes from campus leaders and some other folks, I do want to start off with a land acknowledgement. And so I know not all folks may be familiar, but we do like to acknowledge our location and our region in the country and in Seattle, the city itself. So the following statement is offered as a way for our community to recognize the land on which Seattle University sits and our history, to honor the people, past and present, who belong to this place, to create common and consistent language for our events and ceremonies, and to have language that was crafted with care and wisdom. So as we begin our gathering today, we respectfully acknowledge that our campus sits on the homelands of the Coast Salish peoples, who continue to steward these lands and waters as they have since time immemorial. We recognize tribal nations and organizations who actively create, shape, and contribute to our thriving community here at Seattle University and beyond. We as an academic community should be and are committed to doing our part to engage with and amplify the voices of Native peoples and tribes. We acknowledge our collective responsibility to advance proper education of Native peoples and tribes and call for further learning and action to support the Native people of this land. And you'll note this statement was drafted by our Native American Law Student Association here on campus. All right, folks. And so with that, I am going to get us moving to some of the welcomes from our campus leaders who are here with us today. First, we have our president, Eduardo Peñalver, joining us today. So just a brief introduction. President Peñalver is our 22nd president here at Seattle University, originally from Puyallup, Washington, a local. He's remained an unwavering Mariners fan, which he reminds us of regularly. You can also ask his dog, Griffey. When he's down on campus, he enjoys taking in the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, either from the sky as a pilot, which is a fun fact, or on hikes and camping with his family. So President Peñalver, I'll pass the program to you.
Thanks, Nick. I wanted to, as you were reading the land acknowledgement, I was just thinking about our graduation ceremony this past weekend. And at our undergraduate ceremony, we awarded an honorary doctorate to Virginia Cross, who is the former chairwoman of the Muckleshoot tribe. And then in her receipt of that degree was followed by a beautiful song that was performed by two Coast Salish people. And it's a song that honors the strength of Native women. And, and I think what we do is more important than what we say. And it was just a beautiful moment for the Seattle University community and our connection to the original people of the Pacific Northwest of the Puget Sound region. So I just wanted to wish everyone a good evening and welcome you to this orientation. You're at the beginning of a really incredible adventure that will change how you understand yourselves and the world. And I'm very happy that you're going to be traveling that road with us here at Seattle University. As you begin this experience, I just couldn't be more excited for you. I remember my own time as an undergraduate, like when I was sitting where you're sitting, kind of getting ready for the start of my undergraduate study. And then the years that followed, as a period of just intense intellectual and personal growth that is unlike anything that I've experienced either before or since that time. And I want to acknowledge, that when I was in your shoes, I often felt anxiety and insecurity. And I'm sure many of you have some of those feelings now as you join a new community and enter a new stage of your life. My son is heading off to college, and I see this in him as well. It's when I arrived as an undergraduate, I sometimes felt lonely. I sometimes missed family. I missed friends I'd left behind who'd gone to other schools. Sometimes doubted whether I belonged or whether I would make new friends or whether I was good enough. And one message I want to give to you at the outset is that in no uncertain terms, as you begin your time here, you do belong here. You're good enough, and you will succeed. And we will do everything we can along the way to help you succeed. And you're going to make some great new friends who will change your lives, and friends who you will keep for the rest of your lives. And I just know this from all the alumni I've talked to, and from knowing the kind of community that Seattle University is. For one thing, no matter where you come from, and collectively, as I was watching the chat, you come from all over the country. I saw people from Vermont and Maryland and Japan. You come from across the country and around the world. And no matter where you come from, you've never been a part of a residential community that is as diverse as Seattle University, with as many different kinds of people from different backgrounds and different life experiences and identities, all living together, all learning together, all studying different things. And that diversity will stretch you. And that's part of the growth of your time as a college student, is just experiencing that and learning from it. By bringing together people from such a broad cross-section of experiences and perspectives, Seattle University just becomes a cauldron of intellectual experimentation and learning. But sustaining that kind of environment requires more than just a kind of compositional diversity. It requires that we create a culture that's inclusive, that creates a sense of belonging, and that the sense of belonging creates the conditions for the full expression and flourishing of our diversity inside the classroom and outside the classroom. And I think Seattle University stands out among universities for our efforts to create that kind of environment, an environment that allows all the members, each one of the members of our diverse community, to reach their fullest potential. And that's one reason for my confidence. We understand that commitment to be at the very heart of our commitment to academic excellence. The second reason I'm so confident that you're going to just flourish here is our Jesuit character. Jesuit education is known around the world for being student-centered and for our commitment to educating and caring for you as whole persons. And from your point of view as students, this means that unlike other universities, we don't treat your intellectual development as a sideshow, as a distraction from our research or from other activities. You are the reason that we're here. I already mentioned our graduation this past weekend, and in my speech to the students at the beginning of the graduation, I said that our graduating students are our mission. Our students are our mission at Seattle University, and this tradition of Jesuit education goes back over 5 centuries. The Jesuit approach to education, when we say it engages the whole person, we mean it engages your intellect, your spirit. We try to teach you not only what to know, but also how to discover. And ultimately, our goal is to teach you how to live with integrity and wisdom. But finally, even among our sister Jesuit universities, and there are 27 of us in the United States, Seattle University stands apart. And I could name any number of ways that we're different from our sister Jesuit schools, but I'll just focus on our location in the heart of the most dynamic metropolitan region in the country. And because of that, because of our location here in Seattle, we bring the city into our classrooms and we take the classrooms out into the city. And you'll find just among our faculty, among guest speakers who come to speak on campus, some of the most prominent leaders in Seattle's very dynamic business, civic, and nonprofit sectors, and you will love learning from them, whether they're teaching you in a class or they're just coming to speak and visit our campus. And on the flip side, in your time here, you'll have so many opportunities to go out into the city to discover and to learn and to serve. In our Center for Community Engagement, our youth initiative, or through internship and externship opportunities at some of the most innovative companies and nonprofits in the world, or just exploring the rich and diverse community that is Seattle, with all of its strengths and amazing qualities, but also many challenges. The city will become your classroom. And of course, being in Seattle means that you experience all of this. And that's why I put up this background, surrounded by amazing natural beauty. During your time in Seattle, I hope you'd make time to experience that beauty. Whether it's going kayaking or hiking up in the mountains. There's just so much to explore here. So just describing all these things, our commitment to a welcoming community, our student-centered approach to education, our fabulous location, makes me more excited, if that's possible, for the experiences that lie ahead of you over the coming years. So I look forward to sharing this journey with you, and I just want to welcome you to the Seattle University community.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us, President Peñalver. All right, well, with that, we'll move on to our next campus leader who's joining us to share as well. And so I'd like to introduce next to you our Vice Provost for Student and Campus Life, Dr. Alvin Sturdivant. So he serves as our Senior Student Affairs Officer and provides visionary and administrative leadership for a number of key departments with whom many of you will interact, get involved, find belonging on campus. That are specifically focused on fostering student engagement and having an integrated and cohesive learning experience. So Alvin, thank you for joining us, and I'll pass it off to you now.
Thanks so much, Nick. It's my pleasure to be here this evening. Good evening, everyone from Seattle, and welcome to all of you newest members of our Redhawk community. As has been the case for as long as I can remember, this is one of my favorite times of the year when we have the opportunity to welcome the newest members of the Redhawk family, our newest students, your families, and supporters to the Redhawk family and community. Certainly you bring with you, as the president noted, quite a bit of joy and excitement and enthusiasm and a commitment to learning and evolving, only matched by your passion for shaping and transforming the world that we all live in. And despite the numerous challenges we've all faced the last several years, the start of your Seattle University journey is no different. Perhaps you also bring with you caution, nervousness, anxiousness, and a range of other emotions. Like all of you, I'm excited for your interest into our bustling and vibrant Seattle University campus and look forward to having the opportunity to be in community and fellowship with all of you, gathering over meals, experiencing passing hallway conversations, attending events together, perhaps even having some of you in my classes, among the many other examples that represent the college experiences many of you have dreamed of your entire lives. And while that's certainly something to look forward to, there is much that is required of all of you that is critical to your start at Seattle U and your being able to fully maximize your experiences at the university. What you do now and how you engage with us through the summer will make all the difference in getting you off to the bed Redhawk start possible. Seattle University is committed undoubtedly to your growth and development and investing fully in who you are becoming. And that begins today with your orientation experience. You too, though, will need to invest in your Seattle U experiences and will be asked to give of yourself, sharing your gifts and talents with all of us, and to fully commit to the co-creation of a dynamic and life-altering start to your Seattle University experience. This is a time when we'll each be asked to do our part. Wherever you are currently in the world, you are all a part of our Redhawk community and family, and we are committed to ensuring that the person you are now is changed significantly by your Seattle University education, and all of that begins now. Seattle University will deepen your understanding and appreciation for the world we live in and the one you will inherit upon your graduation. At SU, we are preparing you, our students, to understand and appreciate societies beyond the borders of the US, thus making you more productive in the workforce and better prepared for global citizenship. At a time when we're continuing to grapple with a range of enormous challenges and problems worldwide, at Seattle University, you'll find leading authorities in your disciplines, sharing with you daily their insights and fostering your growth and development. At Seattle University, we are committed to taking an interdisciplinary approach to our current problems, regardless of whether their origins are within the realm of science or in the realm of human society. We value interdisciplinary inquiry and welcome your contributions as we work together to answer the really big questions, those whose answers outstrip any one discipline. What better time to be a college student than when our world has in front of it many challenges that, quite frankly, your generation has the best chance of solving and advancing. Like any promising new relationship, these are exciting and anxious times for all of us as we extend and deepen the connections between you and the university, as we make meaning of old and new experiences, as we cultivate awareness and compassion in you and those with whom you encounter. At SU, you'll become informed idealists, people who are impassioned about righting wrongs and making the world a more humane place, aligned with our mission as an institution. We are committed to helping you become grounded in the realities of the issues you'll face through your work and studies and how you can affect change. At SU, we will celebrate the power of your individual voice. Those of you who seek to find your own voice, whatever it may be, will be guided through your relationships with faculty, staff, administration, alumni, your fellow students, and the community that surrounds us. Here you will hone your craft and gain the confidence to call yourselves experts in your fields and disciplines. We are counting on you to enrich the life of the university, but also to enhance the cultural life of our surrounding community. Certainly this can be challenging, but it requires an investment and a commitment from you to pursue opportunities to connect, whether virtual or in person, and to reach out to others when you feel lost or disconnected or isolated. It requires that we move beyond our comfort zones and embrace our current learning and engagement modalities, and that you take full advantage of the many opportunities presented to you on a day-to-day basis. Our resources, the support systems, your faculty members, the advisors, coaches, your colleagues, your peers, whomever it is that you encounter, that you see them as a part of your community and one of the many resources that are available to you at Seattle U. As you embark upon this new journey, this first step towards greatness in your greatness at Seattle U. I wish upon each of you great joy, the academic rigor and challenge due your intellectual capabilities, experiences of a lifetime, and memories that will live forever in your hearts and minds. Seattle University will offer you a range of opportunities and resources. I implore you to take full advantage of all that is available to you, for it can only further enrich your experience. Get involved and find your niche at SU, whether it's taking advantage of support services, joining the more than 150 clubs and organizations that are available here on campus, or starting your own club based on your own interests and the interests of those in your community, attending a campus event. You'll find it all here at SU. It may be difficult currently to imagine how to take hold of your SU experience, given your more recent experiences, but I can assure you that through orientation and the range of services that are intended to help you acclimate and transition to Seattle University, you will find that there are, again, many supports. I can't amplify that enough, that you take advantage of the supports that are in place that can help you get off to a rocking and amazing start at SU. Please realize that the tools are available to you for making your start an incredible one. We are all privileged that you have chosen Seattle University and look forward to the great things that lie ahead for both you and for us as a community by virtue of you being new members of the Redhawk family. Welcome to Seattle University, and I'll look forward to welcoming all of you in the fall. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, Alvin, for joining us. All right, folks. Well, and look at all this virtual applause and the hearts. I am loving the emojis flying on the screen here. Thanks, everyone, for adding those in here. So with that, I am going to move us on to a quick fun activity. And so in a second, I'm going to share my screen because although I know that we have noted this already, part of why we call this the Redhawk Roundup is because at the moment we are rounding up everyone from literally across the globe. And so on my screen now for you, I have a QR code. And so where this will bring you to something called Padlet. And what you should be able to do once you get in there is type in your city or your zip code or wherever you're calling from home right now. And it will let you add that in there on our map. And so once that starts populating, I will also add that in here for you. We also just put the direct link in the chat for you to click on as well. So take a moment to do that, folks. I am starting to see it pop up on our map, which I will share my screen with shortly, but I'll leave the QR code up here for just a minute for folks as it continues to populate. And we'll let that keep going. And in just a minute, I will share my screen. I'm seeing lots of folks from around the US, but I'm seeing lots of folks from all over the world with us as well. So folks, keep clicking that link, keep scanning that QR code. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a minute, but and I'm going to switch over, but you still have the link in there to access this activity. And so give me one more second to then share this. All right, so Bennett and Annabelle, can you give me a thumbs up if we're looking at the map right now? We are. Awesome. Thank you. So as you can see, folks, this is just so fun. This is everyone that you're starting school with in the fall. And of course, you can see we've got our folks from Hawaii. We always get about 90 to 100 students from Hawaii every year joining our incoming class. We're very excited to have you. You can see we have folks a lot in the Pacific Northwest, a lot on the West Coast, but really from all over the country. But this is absolutely amazing. Folks calling in. I know some of you, it's early in the morning, it's late at night for you right now. We're so glad that you're joining us, calling in from all over the place, all over the country, that you can see here. So I'll leave this up for just another minute or so, because we've got folks calling in from all over the place. And I think this is really kind of a nice visual to really go off of what President Peñalver and what Alvin were sharing with us in terms of the diversity and the richness of who this community is that you've joined, that you're, you may think, oh, I'm not starting this till the fall. It's starting now. This is your community. This is your cohort. These are the folks that you're going to be in your classes with, making close friends with, getting involved with, running student organizations on campus with, doing internships and research with, that we're so excited to have you join us. And so, yeah, and there's Antarctica. Every year that we do this, someone allegedly calls in from Antarctica. I am not surprised. So we love to see it. um, all right, well, we will share a copy of this image out with you folks as well, but I'm going to move us on because we do have some more things that we want to share with you all. So give me just a second to pull up my notes here. So I'm going to now introduce you to two more folks. These are your orientation coaches, Annabelle and Bennett, who are current Seattle U students. They were orientation leaders last year, and they've stepped up into a new role to be really leading the orientation program that you all are going to experience in person throughout the summer, virtually throughout the summer, and for everyone in person in the fall. So with that, I'm going to disappear again, and I'm going to pass the program off to these two fabulous leaders for you. Take it away, Annabelle.
So hello, everyone. My name is Annabelle, and I use she, her pronouns. And I will be a third year studying environmental studies with a minor in biology. Shout out environmental studies majors. And I will be one of your orientation coaches for 2024.
Hey y'all, my name is Bennett. I use he, him pronouns. I'm going to be a fourth year this year. I'm a psychology major and I am from Portland, Oregon. Shout out to the Portland people. And I will also be one of your orientation coaches this year.
So a little bit about the orientation coach role explanation is that our role is to connect you, our new Redhawks, to each other, but also with the Seattle University campus community. So we will be around all summer to host some virtual connection opportunities, as well as we will be on campus for Redhawk launch and the transfer student orientation to greet you when you arrive on campus. And the orientation coaches work together with a team of orientation leaders, and we help you feel right at home at Seattle University.
Yeah. On top of that, throughout the summer, orientation will be hosting over 60 sessions and socials the entire summer, like I said. And these will cover all sorts of topics, such as connecting with housing and residence life, student financial services, student employment, and a whole lot more. And yeah, here's a quick breakdown of the 3 different type of sessions you can attend throughout the summer. So yeah, number 1, we have Flock Talks. They're virtual meetups to connect with fellow new Redhawks while chatting with the orientation team about topics related to your transition to college. Next, we have the campus partner workshops. You can meet with leaders across campus to learn about resources and get informed about life as a Redhawk. And last but not least, we have the student club and organization socials, where you can meet current Redhawks to learn about the clubs and organizations you can join once you arrive on campus. And this includes basically everything, including like club sports, cultural and identity-based organizations, religious and spirituality groups, and a whole lot more. Yeah.
So first year students, if you haven't yet, please make sure you RSVP to Redhawk launch as soon as possible. This is a 2-day experience for you and your family to join us on campus in July. And you will stay overnight in one of our residence halls, and you will get to learn some essential academic and involvement resources and get to find your flock of new friends. Our team is just very excited to meet all of you, and we've been preparing a lot. So please come if possible. We're just very excited. And you can sign up for these events on your orientation portal on the orientation events tab, and spots are filling up. So the deadline for session 1 is June 24th, and please sign up today. So thank you.
Yeah, and then transfer students, you can RSVP for transfer student orientation taking place on August 29th. Woohoo! This is a one-day experience for you and your family to join us on campus in August. And during this experience, you'll visit our link community spaces that are specifically for transfer and commuter students. You can learn about essential resources specifically for transfer students, and we will connect you with fellow transfer Redhawks. To sign up, you can go to your orientation portal on the orientation events tab. And remember that spots are filling up like they always are. The deadline is August 22nd, but you can sign up today to secure your spot. And now I will be passing it to Nick.
All right, thanks so much, OCs. As you can tell, they're very excited for you to get here in the summer. You can get lots more Annabelle and Bennett if you come. I know for those of you who are able to see the video we sent out a week or so ago, they were in that welcome video for you all. And they'll be here on campus when you get here in the summer too. And so, you know, I'm a staff member here. I did do my master's program here, so I'm an alum of a graduate program, but I did not go through the undergrad experience and they did. So they can tell you all sorts of things as well as our orientation leaders as well. So with that, and perfect timing, because we just got a question about some advising and registration information, I want to do a quick overview with folks of some of the upcoming deadlines that you have for advising and registration. So I'm going to share my screen again. And so I've tried to outline it for folks here, and I know this is information we've been including in the weekly reminder emails that we have sent you as well. But I figured I'll walk you through it because I know advising and registration, a couple things. There can be a lot of things here I know might be confusing for folks because this is very different for most folks from what you're used to either in high school or just different from a prior college if you're transferring here. And this is a lot of information we know you're taking in. We know a lot of you are wrapping high school up right now in particular. And so for all students, you'll have to go into Canvas and complete there's 4 modules in there. There's a welcome module and a Jesuit Education 101 module. And just as important are your academic advising 101 module and your course registration 101 module as well. These are absolutely critical. They're going to teach you step by step all of the language you need to know, the processes you need to know, as well as some of our systems where you need to sign into My Seattle U Student Planning to prep your educational plan, and explain to you too how you're going to sign up in your orientation portal for your academic advising workshops, which are coming in the last week of June, and then your course registration workshops or individual appointments that will be coming for first year students in July. And so for first year students, when you log into your orientation portal, you'll see this on your new student checklist, or you can go to your advising and registration tab to find this as well. If you haven't done this yet, you want to sign up for your academic advising workshop first. This is a session where you're going to meet with the academic advisors from your school or college. So say the College of Science and Engineering or the College of Nursing, College of Arts and Sciences. For undecided folks, you'll meet with the Academic Pathways program. And there's also the Albers School of Business and Economics. So when you sign up, you'll see sessions specific to whichever program or college you're going to be in. You'll meet with the advisors from that team, and they'll walk you through some specifics. They'll talk to you about suggested courses that you should plan to sign up for when you do your course registration. And so complete your modules first, and then you'll go to your workshop. These workshops are also for transfer students as well. For first year students, you have to complete your ALEX math placement assessment. This will take about 1 hour to 1.5 hours. You can find the link on this and log in from your orientation portal. We suggest that you set aside about 2 hours so that you can carve out your time to complete this. And we know that we want to be clear that this is not a pass-fail exam. The purpose of taking ALEX is to understand where your current math skills are at so that we can place you into the best course that's best for you. I always think of it like the old story of Goldilocks. You don't want a class that's too hard or a class that's too easy. You want the math or science class that's just right for you to meet your skill level. And taking the ALEX math placement assessment will help with that. You'll need to complete this before you do your course registration so that your advisor can help place you into the best courses for you. For course registration for first year students, Most of you will go to a workshop where a group of you will meet together, and then you'll go into breakout spaces with your academic advisor. But if you're bringing 45 or more college credits with you, which I know, shout out to our Running Start students in Washington State, I know there's a lot of you, or if you just happen to be bringing additional AP credits or IBs or other scores that you have with you, if those have been evaluated by your admissions counselor, then you'll have the option to do an individual appointment with your academic advisor. So you'll see which option is right for you in your orientation portal. It's all automated and set up for you. And so make sure that you sign up for this as soon as possible, but the deadline is July 7th because course registration, appointments, or workshops will start on July 8th. And your educational plan, you'll learn all about the steps to do that in the course registration 101 module. There's a system called My Seattle U where you will log in with your single sign-on and you'll go to student planning. And this is where you will prepare classes that you will then actually sign up for when you meet with your advisor. So there's some steps you have to do before you get there. If you do these modules, they will walk you through step by step all the things that you need to do to be ready. Transfer students. Some of this information, particularly the modules, is definitely important for you, but your process is a little bit different. All of you will do an individual academic advising appointment with your advisor. You can start doing that right now. Appointments started on June 3rd, so last week, but we encourage you by June 21st to sign up for that appointment. You have to complete that appointment by the end of July, so before August 1st, and so we'll keep sending reminders as well. But for transfer students, part of what you will do is also complete the course preference form before your advising appointment. That is something that's also on your new student checklist in your orientation portal as well. So that's a lot of information. We will send you more reminders. This is stuff that we've been including in your weekly reminders so far, and you can find even more details in your orientation portal. Your orientation portal is your go-to place for everything new student checklist related, signing up for events. That's where you can sign up for Redhawk launch. That's where you can sign up for transfer student orientation and all of the virtual events that we have going on as well. So a couple more things that I want to highlight as well, just a little bit of a teaser of what's coming in the fall. And so we have something called Early Bird Immersions. And so these are early arrival programs that have all sorts of different themes. Some of the immersion options we have this year include outdoor adventure. So we're going to have some hikes and overnight camping trips. There's going to be a community walkabout going to local service and volunteer partners that we have. There are specific academic focus programs. So we have one for the College of Science and Engineering, one for College of Nursing, and one for Albert School of Business and Economics. And there's also the Connections Leadership Program Plus, which is also called CLP Plus. This is a program for students of color and first generation students who are seeking community with one another and also mentorship from current students as well. They just celebrated their 25th year last year doing this program, which is super exciting. And so you're really joining this network of alumni and current students who've gone through this amazing experience as well. Signups for all of the immersion programs, which take place just a few days before the official move-in day on Saturday, September 21st. These signups will go live the first week of July. So if you can't remember any of this information, that's okay. You can go to our website to look at the early bird immersion page. We will send you emails with updates and we'll keep you all in touch as things are going along the way. Then we have Fall Welcome. So Fall Welcome starts on Saturday, September 21st. We also have a couple programs for families and supporters on this day as well. There's a family hospitality area that we'll have, and we also, for first-year students and their families, have the Fall Welcome Kickoff as well. And so that's an opportunity for all of our first years to come together. Transfer students will have a slightly separate program for you that we'll share updates with you about. But some events that all of you will participate in during Fall Welcome include meeting your orientation leader. For those of you living on campus, you'll meet your resident assistant and have a community meeting. For those of you who are commuting, we'll connect you with commuter-specific resources on campus. We'll have our new student convocation with the provost and faculty, as well as our academic convenings for each of the schools and colleges. So those are exciting events ahead of you. And we'll also have campus traditions that we have. Our Seattle University class photo, which you've seen that image. It's in your orientation portal. We had over 850 students last year jump in our photo, which is super exciting. We'll have excursions around the city and so much more. So you don't have to RSVP for Fall Welcome. We know that you're coming, so we plan for you to show up. But more information will be coming soon about your move into campus or your arrival to campus on Saturday, September 21st. And if you're coming to our early arrival programs, your move-in will look a little bit different. You'll get an early move-in, which is a perk of that. And we'll have more details coming soon. So with that, I am going to share one more screen before we close things out. And that screen is just a quick, here we go. Just a quick contact information for us. So I know folks have been asking some questions on the chat, and unfortunately we're not able to get to every single question. But, follow our Instagram. We're going to start getting active again now that we're getting into our big summer season. Many of you know our email address, but it's simply orientation@seattleu.edu. Our phone number is 206-296-2525. You'll most likely talk to Emily Ali, who's our amazing admin coordinator. She's the one behind the scenes making all the magic happen for all of us today, which is super epic. And so a lot of you have already gotten the chance to connect with her. But please don't hesitate to reach out for any questions. We know that coming to college is a huge transition from high school. We know some of you are still wrapping up high school, but we want you to know that wherever you're at in your transition journey, we're here to support you. We've got your back. We're here to walk you step by step through all the things that are coming your way. And we're just so excited for you to join us on campus that we can't say it enough. So make sure you check your Seattle University email every day. I say check it multiple times a day. We'll be sending your communications there. We'll still copy your personal email. We'll copy your families as well if you've included their contact information in your portal and your updates. But families will continue to send you monthly newsletters as well from our colleague Lori Prince, who's the Director of Parent and Family Engagement. But the last thing I really want to leave folks with is, yes, I will say quickly, actually, am I covering the QR code? Do I need to shift my head this way? I'll try to go this way then. Sorry, folks, I realize I may be covering it. So if we didn't get to your question in the chat, please contact us at our email address here so that we can make sure to answer your question as soon as possible. Folks, please check your email regularly. If you've not signed up for Redhawk launch, we're super excited to host you, hopefully in July or September if you're not able to come in July. We do still have spots, but they are filling up very, very quickly. And so please sign up as soon as possible so you get the date that you want. So that you get here. Staying overnight in the residence halls during Redhawk launch for first-year students is one of the super exciting things. And whether it's Redhawk launch or it's folks who we want you to sign up for transfer orientation, one of the most exciting things is that you get the opportunity to connect with other Redhawks before you start classes in September. And for folks who are coming to our September session, you'll have a very, very similar experience, just on a different timeline. So we're excited to welcome all of you for these sessions, but sign up ASAP and we'll keep sending you reminders as well. So with that, that kind of concludes our program. It will probably take us a day or two just to get our video link up and running, but we will get the YouTube link out to all of you as soon as possible. Again, please don't hesitate to ask us any questions. Thank you all for making time to join us today. I know this is just one of many things to come with orientation. I see all your thank yous popping off in the chat, so thanks so much for that. And we will see you all very soon. Hawks up. Thanks, Redhawks.